energy.
And welcome back.
Solarite retrieval is still in progress. If we can hold on just a while longer.
This is Baller Scuba with more Let's Play StarCraft II Legacy of the Void. I'm back in the last stand. I'm on normal difficulty, and I have a few more defensive structures these days. Felt like it was the only way that I could get up to 1.5 billion. I'm going to, go as long as they'll let me go, but ultimately, having all of these defensive structures makes things a lot easier for me. My only weak spot, I feel, is on this side because of the flyers, and some of them will outrange my my photon cannons. So I'm doing what I can. One stalker's not going to cut it. I pretty much went entirely for static heat. That's pretty much my only strategy right now. And these damn guardians, they outrange my, they outrange my photon cannons. So this side's my only weak side, so this is the side that I'm focusing on. Outside of this one side, though, I'm pretty good. I only have the one gateway. I'm pretty much out of room. Alright, that's the last of my stalkers. Warp him in there. Alright, we're gonna win this. We're gonna. Are you kidding me with all these fucking guys? I'm trying to get him in range, but it's not easy. My base is pretty much full of the monoliths, which I feel like are the better option. But I couldn't squeeze him in everywhere. Alright, we're up to 1.2. I want to get up to 1.5 so that I can actually win. On normal difficulty, I do want to point out that there are no overseers at all the different locations that I need to go to. So ultimately, that was easier for me to do. I don't think I can get a probe back out there. Pretty much don't need the probes anymore. Can you go? You can.
Base is under attack.
Alright, well I can get those two out there. I feel like every other spot that I have is fine. Yeah. Everything else is fine. It's just this side that I have a problem with. I mean, they're already attacking it, right? Yeah.
Base is under attack.
There's only a few spots left for me to actually put
Base
here.
is under attack.
Ultimately, this is where I have to do the orbital strikes. Because of that issue. But we're going to get up to 1.5 easily here. 1.5 not going to be a problem. Them spawning shit in my base also not going to be a problem. No, my monolith? Shit, that's unexpected. Did not anticipate losing that. Where are the hybrids? I saved my orbital strikes for hybrids. Alright, but we got up to 1.5.
The Solarite has been successfully warped aboard the Spear of Adun.
We got to 1.5. That's the important number. The achievement is at 1.8. And I'm not entirely sure I'm going to be able to hold that one. But I'm going to do what I can. I don't think this is going to be able to hold it. Alright, get over there. Can you build this one? Yeah, then let's build that one. Jeez. And it's all the side that I said it was going to be on. Oh no, they actually did make a little bit of a divot in that. Can you get out of there still? You can. Alright, let's take these guys down. I have like no gateways. Did I mention that? I have one worker, just the one that they gave me. I didn't even bother building the temple. The dark temple. You guys are out already? All the other sides I feel like I can hold. Nobody's really made... Oh, they've made a little bit of progress on that side, a little bit on this side. Not really all that much on this side. It's this side that's the worst. Could you hit him? Jeez. Barely got a chance to do anything there. I'm going to hold out for 1.8. After that, I'm not entirely sure how much I want to stick around. Alright, that guy's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just everything on that guy. I lagged the system a bit. Alright, we got that. Where's the probe? Let's build something. Alright, we got range going now. And we'll make it up to 1.8 pretty easily here. Pretty easily. This is definitely the hard side for me to do anything with. Kind of had it set up hoping that these would be the last one. But we made it to 1.8. I get the achievement. We'll try for 2, I guess. I have a feeling I won't be able to last too much longer than that. My probe simply cannot build quickly. And these guys are the biggest hassle. And hitting my probe. Somebody's hitting my probe. I don't know which one though. They're just sending everything in now. Holy crap. Can we get this line going again? Yeah, just destroy that. It sucks. They can like stop my production that easily for a long time, probably. Is he still working on it? Oh god, it's a long journey for him to get to the other side of that. Alright, we will stop at 2. I feel like that is more than enough. Like I said, the achievement's at 1.8. What I really wanted to do was just to get to 1.5, so getting up to 2 is definitely worth it for me. They probably would have gotten to me after a while, especially this side. This side, it's tough on this side. Are we almost there? Oh, they broke through. But there's 2, so we're going to call it a day here. And I'll meet you on the other side. And I can show you my achievement.
Templar, initiate dimensional recall. Get to safety, now!
And there we go. 10 Solarite is now mine. I got both the achievements. Like I said, without the overseers at the Zenith Stones, it was really easy to just go in there and destroy it. I did it in about 5 minutes with the Dark Templar. Without them there, that makes that one almost ridiculously easy. But I do get the 10 Solarite. I'm really hoping that it carries forward, and I will meet you at the other mission where I missed some Solarite. There was just a little bit that I missed, just one location. If I put it down to normal, I should be able to just wipe the map, and we'll definitely be able to find the Solarite that way. Back in the last mission, I feel quite stupid. It's just right here, right off the pad.
We have acquired all of the raw Solarite samples. They are still in superb condition. You should see them.
And now I can just raffle stomp my way to victory. I already took out one of the bases. That's how confident I am in winning this. I unfortunately stranded all my guys back here, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine with these forces as is. So that's the last piece of Solarite, not too far off from where I was. I just missed it. Back where we were before we went into the archives. In case you are curious, this is how you can do it. Just click on archives and it'll show you a list of all the ones that you have completed, as well as all of the cinematics, and it'll let you know what achievements you got and how much Solarite you got. The first 3, of course, do not have any Solarite, but outside of that, we are fully caught up. Didn't get all the achievements, but I'm kind of okay with that. When we last left off, Phoenix came on board. Let's see what he has to say about that.
You and I have stood shoulder to shoulder, blades thrumming in the heat of battle countless times. And now you lead the Protoss. I wail with pride at the mere thought of it.
I was chosen to represent the hierarchy by the remaining Judicators and the clans of the Nerazim. I am still honored by their choice.
Tassadar must be proud as well.
Tassadar is gone, Phoenix. He fell, bravely sacrificing for his people. He saved us from annihilation.
What? It cannot be. And Ire? Fallen to the Zerg as well?
It has.
How long have I lingered in stasis, becoming this Dragoon?
Do you know of the Purifier program, Phoenix?
Of course, the greatest Templar minds replicated. Dangerous machines that had to be shut down.
They were shut down, but we have never ceased the research, and still have tried to find ways to replicate our greatest Templar, to use that ancient technology.
Why do you tell me this?
We are facing a war like none we have seen before. We will need you in the days ahead. Maybe even the Purifiers.
Then my blades are yours, old friend.
Don't have the heart to tell him that he's a clone. Can I call him Phoenix 2? Karax, what do you have to say about all this?
These new purifier designs rival any technology our people have previously conceived. The replication data is the sort that allows accurate duplication of one's consciousness. Phoenix's personality may be accurate.
How accurate?
Within the 99th percentile.
So there is a chance for discrepancy.
Quite a minuscule one.
And in a lifetime, how many choices does that variation impact? Who would you be with such a difference in the decisions you've made? Keep a watchful eye on Phoenix. If he is to help us, I want to know who he is.
Kind of making it sound like he might betray us at some point. 99th percentile, man. I like the mods. Let's head for the core interface. Hopefully I did get the Solarite. I think I did. 40 sounds like it's enough, but it's not enough really for anything that I want. Warp harmonization, that could be good later, but for the time being it doesn't sound all that great because I only have the robotics facilities and they can only make immortals right now, and immortals, although they are good, they're not my favorite. Should we have colossi, then maybe I'll go for warp harmonization, but for the time being I think I'll stick with the orbital assimilator. Solar Lance and Warp-In reinforcements does sound good, especially that Solar Lance, because that does 3 beams of 200 damage, and I'm doing a lot of focusing, so I would like to do that. But for the time being, I think I'm going to stick with what I have here. I think that works fine. Let's head to the War Council. Rohana, how you doing? Stable in your stasis?
Amon's forces are already spreading throughout the sector. I fear none will survive this onslaught without our aid.
Well, I am important. I'll give you that. Let's see what we have in the assembly panel.
We have acquired new robotic support technology for review.
Right, we got sentries last time. Let's see what my choices are this time. We have sentry. Restores shields to 2 friendly units simultaneously, decreases damage to nearby friendly units. Double shield recharge restores the shield of 2 friendly Protoss units. That is quite new, and I do like that, although they do run out of energy pretty quickly as it is. Maybe they'll run out of energy doing that as well. And then the Guardian Shield. A range 4 aura that decreases damage dealt to friendly units by 2. It's really not all that great, especially when I have the sentries far in the back and then the Centurions warping ahead. It doesn't work nearly as well as it does in multiplayer because the sentries are further back. In regular multiplayer, they'll be on the line pretty much on par with the Stalkers, but now they're, like double the range back, so it's not as effective, especially for those Centurions. But it works well for the Stalkers and the Immortals. All right, the other one is an Energizer, which will give us a speed boost. Is it a bunny? It looks roughly the same. Boosts attack and movement speed of friendly units, transforms to generate a power field. Ooh. Oh, we didn't read the unit info for sentries. Let's do that. Karax has outfitted our sentries with portable shield batteries, allowing them to restore shields in combat. In addition to the sentries' own shielding capabilities, this should substantially mitigate our casualties on the battlefield. All right, so here we do have the Chrono Beam, increases target friendly units' attack speed and movement by 50% for 10 seconds. So I do have to actually manually do that. Although that can be useful, I plan on having a large army most of the time, so just the passive healing is probably going to be better for me. And then phasing mode transforms the Energizer and generates a power field as if it were a pylon. The Energizer is a mobile in this mode. So it creates a mobile pylon for warping in units, which is useful, but I also have a way of warping in units and a pylon should I need to do that. Equipped with onboard chrono boosters, Energizers are designed to enhance the speed of Purifier shock troops. Each Energizer can also generate a power field, enabling access to the psionic matrix and warp network in hostile territory. Also useful if I need like emergency photon cannons, but honestly, Sentry sounds better to me. So I think we will stick with the Sentry. I do like healing.
Our scouts are reporting Amon's forces are conquering system after system. We must choose our plan of attack carefully, Hierarch.
Yeah, does sound like Amon is really quite devastating at this point. Vorazun, what do you have to say?
Seeing Phoenix once more perplexes me. I feel sadness, but I should feel joy.
It is said the warrior Phoenix was felled by the Queen of Blades. This approximation is not Phoenix, but he is a reminder of the loss you suffered.
His voice, thoughts, his very presence. He describes memories we shared with such vivid recollection. Every instinct I have tells me that this is my friend, but all logic defies it.
We of the Nerazim often ponder whether our people are the sum total of their experiences, or are more than them. A truth lingering inside us. In time, we shall see if this Phoenix has his own truth, or is little more than a flawed forgery.
According to Kurt Cobain, memories, all in all, is all we are. But we can actually go. Now, that's a real deep thing to start thinking about, so I'm just gonna move on. Uh-oh. Solar core. Sometime later.
Hierarch, I see the master construction of the Xel'Naga now. Their understanding that energy, essence, and information are all one. Each interchangeable, each mutable.
Then you uncovered the information Zeratul foresaw within this keystone.
I have. From what I understand, it will lead us to Ulnar.
Ulnar. It is a place of myth. A realm whispered of in our legends.
The homeworld of the Xel'Naga. I believe the keystone can project its location.
Show me, Karax.
It cannot be. I must be in error.
The Alterian Rift.
That is impossible. Nothing can survive within such unrelenting forces. It appears I have failed you, Hierarch.
I do not believe so, Karax. It is said that the Xel'Naga came from a place where no life should be. This aligns with Zeratul prophecies. We will go in. Make preparations at once. Zeratul, many thought you mad. And yet, once more, you have seen truer than us all. The keystone leads us into the Alterian Rift, to the Xel'Naga home of Ulnar. It is my destiny to carry your mantle, old friend. I will wake the Xel'Naga and honor your legacy.
Okay, so couple things. Number one, they live where nothing should live. That's interesting. But two, ulnar, isn't that the name of a ligament in your elbow? Isn't that what requires Tommy John surgery if you get bone spurs in that or tear that? Either way, we're gonna get a Phoenix. Air superiority starfighter, can use graviton beam. I'm not that big of a fan of the Phoenix. And we get High Templar. Potent psionic master, can use feedback and psionic storm, can merge into an archon. Also, typically not that big of a fan of that one. Doesn't look like we have any other choice, though, so we might as well head in. I just don't micro well enough to use these units effectively, if I'm being honest.
This defies reason. We should be shredded into our base particles. Yet here we stand, between universes.
Zeratul was right. It is Ulnar. Think of it, Matriarch. The cradle of all life, hidden all these years.
Yes, but why?
Well, I guess we made it. That was kind of anticlimactic. I was expecting some kind of, like the ship shakes or something. We didn't get any of that. But we made it. How you doing? Horizon?
A miracle has brought us here.
I kind of did, but sure, a miracle. All right, let's go to the War Council. We do have a new conversation and assignment available. We'll talk to Rohana first.
It is hard to believe we stand above Ulnar, the home of the Ihan-Ri, the Xel'Naga. The Judicators theorized the Xel'Naga left Ire to return to a place such as this. It is said they slumbered through the ages.
Zeratul believed the artifact would lead us unto hope. The Xel'Naga may be the hope he spoke of.
If the legends are true, then the Xel'Naga are below, awaiting their children to awaken them.
Then let us hope so.
We'll see what they can do for us. I can't imagine it's anything too unexpected, but we'll see. Let's see what they want me to do in here.
Karax has utilized data from Glacius to bring the robotic sentinels online. Use them wisely, Hierarch.
I already got to pick the sentry. I guess that was it, so we did it. It still
Karax
looks
has
like...
utilized data from Glacius to bring the robotic sentinels online. Use them wisely, Hierarch.
Like, am I missing? Oh, there we go. We have new stuff thanks to the purifiers. Okay, so we do have a third thing here. Let's take a look at the Sentinel.
The enemy shall be purified.
That, when they said Sentinel, they meant sentries, but we're talking about something else. All right, so charge this into battle and intercepts enemy ground units, revives after taking fatal damage. So it's got charge, and then revives the sentinel upon death. The effects can only occur once every 120 seconds. I'm not, like, the Dark Templar respawn at a certain location, right? The Dark Shrine. It's not really saying about this. Oh, they respawn right there. That might be a little bit more helpful, but also less helpful. I'm not sure. All right, create to replace zealots on the front line. Sentinels are both resilient and expendable. Automatic self-recovery systems reassemble their bodies upon destruction, and they are outfitted with basic AI instead of the Templar personality. So they're, like, stupid? I don't know. It kind of depends on what we're going to be up against. I guess since they gave it to me, I'll try it out once. Looks like that's the only one that gives me the third option, though. All right, we'll head back. I guess we'll go with the Sentinel for the time being. Let's go to the Solar Core.
Stand tall. Our hierarch is here.
Damn right, you should also be bowing. Stand tall and bow at the same time, please.
Phoenix, you appear distressed.
Apologies, hierarch. I have been pondering the events that brought me here. I have discovered there are holes in my memory. Battles recorded here in the ship's archives that I should be able to recall, but cannot.
What is it you have found?
Records of my defeat at Antioch and being revived as a dragoon. But this body, it is clear to me that I am no dragoon.
There is more to those records, Phoenix. But what you uncover may not be desirable.
I am willing to face the truth, old friend, however difficult it may be.
Then I hope you find the answers you seek.
Sure, I could just tell you, but I'm gonna make you do research instead. Why don't we just tell him? All right, Karax, what do you have to say about all this?
How Zeratul foresaw the Keystone would lead us here is uncanny. It is now clear that it was this device's primary purpose.
Zeratul was in touch with an expression of reality beyond my understanding.
This place should not exist. It defies all decrees of science, shatters all understanding of astral mechanics.
I once thought we Protoss had reached the pinnacle of attainable knowledge. I was a fool. There is far more in the galaxy than exists within Protoss understanding, friend Karax. I know this now.
The smarter you get, the more you realize how little you know. Anything new about the Keystone?
To think, this device's makers, our makers, are so close to us. It is a truly humbling thought.
If this was a Japanese game, I would assume that we needed to kill these people. But I'm going to assume that we don't need to do that this time. We'll see. I still only have 40. Yeah, I was hoping they would give me a little bit more. All right, I think we are done. Let's head back to the bridge.
It appears we cannot receive transmissions while we are within the rift. We have been cut off.
Yeah, that would just make sense, to be honest. Let's see what our mission ahead is.
The Spear of Adun's sensors have located what appears to be an access way into the temple. Our starships are prepared to move on your command.
They're really not giving me any information here, are they? Am I going to be up against Protoss? Am I going to be up against Zerg, Terran? Am I up against Xel'Naga? What do I know? Bonus rewards, we'll try to go for it. Let's look at the achievements. We can complete Temple of Unification. Destroy the Titanic Warp Prism in less than 10 minutes in the Temple of Unification mission. I assume that's not going to be the end of it. They rarely give me a mission these days that takes less than 10 minutes. And take control of a Celestial Lock in less than 6 minutes and hold it for the duration of the Temple of Unification mission on normal difficulty. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do any of that. But they're giving me Phoenix here, so there's that. I don't remember the button to actually use the graviton beam. Is it G? It might be. I'll have to look at it when we finally do get into it. But I'm kind of scared of this one. We're going really into the unknown this time. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. At least the other times I get a little sense of what it is that we're doing, and I can figure out how good I'm going to be at something. This time, we're going to a whole new area with an unknown enemy, and I essentially have an unknown task. I don't know. They said a nexus point that I did here, so it's not a micro mission that I know of. It could still be. Maybe I just need to go to the nexus. I honestly have no idea. This is the least amount of information I think they have given me since the first mission.